And in this game, you get to do some jumping around, so please don't knock anybody over. We're not playing football, are we? Jump up and down, jump up and down, jump up and down. Jump up and down, jump up and down, jump up and down. Clap your hands, keep on jumping up and down. Clap your hands, keep on jumping up and down. Spin around, around and around and around. Spin around and round, around and around and around. Jump up and down, clap your hands, spin around and around. Jump up and down, clap your hands, spin around and around. Around and around and around. Around and around and around. Oh, you ready to sit down already? You want to do one more of those before we have a puppet?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to switch instruments. Instead of a guitar, I'm going to play an ukulele. Do you know about ukulele?
Yeah, we have one.
Yeah, a long time ago, some sailors went to a place called the Sandwich Islands. They were named after a person that invented the sandwiches. You like sandwiches? And the people there had never seen a musical instrument like this. They brought these little guitars, they called them machetes back then. And they played for the people of the Sandwich Islands. And they danced around, they liked them so much that they started making them. And that place isn't called the Sandwich Islands anymore. It's called Hawaii. And they call these ukulele. Some people say ukulele, but in Hawaii they say ukulele. All right, we're gonna play a little game called Mama Don't Allow. Now your mama doesn't allow certain things in the house, right? No bouncing balls in the living room. No jumping up and down on the couch. No walking on the walls. No dancing on the ceiling. Well, in this song, you get to do all the things you're not allowed to do. Is that fair?
Yes.
Well, Mama don't allow no hand clapping around here. Mama don't allow no hand clapping around here. We don't care what your mama don't allow. Clap those hands anyhow. Mama don't allow no hand clapping around. You're gonna get in trouble. Well, Mama don't allow no foot stomping around here. Hand clapping, foot stomping. Mama don't allow no foot stomping around here. Hand clapping, foot stomping. We don't care what your mama don't allow. Do both those things anyhow. Mama don't allow no hand clapping, foot stomping around here. Here comes another one. Mama don't allow no spinning around here. Hand clapping, foot stomping, spin around. Mama don't allow no spinning around here. Hand clapping, spin around. We don't care what your mama don't allow. Do all three things anyhow. Mama don't allow no hand clapping, foot stomping, spinning. Here comes another one. Well, Mama don't allow no tongue clicking around here. Hand clapping, foot stomping, spinning around here. We don't care what your mama don't allow. Do all four things anyhow. Mama don't allow no hand clapping, foot stomping, spinning around, tongue clicking around here. Give yourself a big hand. You're doing a super good job. All right. I thought you might like to see some very special puppets. A long, long time ago was the first time I ever saw one of these puppets. And I said to the person, oh, I want one of those. And he said, you can't buy these. I said, how come? He said, they don't have them at a store. I said, well, how am I going to get one? He said, you have to learn how to make it. I said, well, how am I going to do that? And he said, you go to the library and get a book. It'll show you how to do it. So that's what I did. I went to the library and I got a book and I learned how to make this little puppet. Now, they have lots of different names. They started 500 years ago. Is that a long time? 500 years? Yeah. And 500 years ago in Egypt, people made them. And then they took them to Europe and the people in France made them. And the people in France called him a jig doll because he can dance a jig. Which is the kind of dance where you don't move your arms. Well, then it went over to Ireland and the Irish people called it a jig doll because he could dance a jig, which is the same thing as a jig. Then it came across the Atlantic Ocean to North America and people gave him a new name. They called him a limberjack And they got his arms and legs all going at the same time. Some people call him Dancing Dan. Some people call him Jumpin' Johnny. Most people call him Limberjack. All right, he can do a trick. Would you like to see him do a trick? It's called the splits. Can anybody here do the splits? I can. All right, come on, Dancing Man, do the splits. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. That's not a split, that's a sit. Come on, we want to see a split. 1, 2, 3. No. That's kneeling down. Come on, you can do a split. I've seen you do it before. 1, 2, 3. Oh, not a belly flop. Oh, we want to see a split, not an upside down split. We want a right side up split. Come on. He's done it before. One leg in the front, one in the back. He did it. The split. Well, after I learned to play with one of these and make these, I thought maybe I should make something different. Instead of a person, I should make an animal. So the first one I made after I made the little man was a horse. I gave him little ears and a mane and a nice long tail. And then I said, I wonder if he could dance. Have you ever seen a dancing horse?
Yeah, he can.
Well, let's see if he can do a dance. Now, if you want to make a horse go, there's a special word. Does anybody know what it is? Giddy up. You say giddy up and he'll go.
Giddy up.
Now, if you want him to stop, you say, whoa. What do you say to make him go?
Giddy up.
Whoa, horsey. Well, he's never learned how to do any tricks, but he sure runs well. Well, after I made a horse, I thought maybe I should make something else. And so I made a little dog. Have you ever seen a dancing dog?
Yes.
You have? I saw a dancing bear once. All right, little dog. His name is Blue. I've got a dog, his name is Blue. I've got a dog, his name is Blue. I've got a dog, his name is Blue. He can spin his ears, can you? Sing, here, oh Blue, you're a hound dog too. Arr! Now, would you like to see Blue do a trick? If you have a pet dog and you want him to do tricks, you have to give him treats, right? So let's see if he does a trick. Blue, sit. Good dog. Here's a treat. All right, Blue, lay down. Good dog. Here's another treat. Blue, roll over. Here's another treat. Blue, speak. Arf, arf. And that's my little dog. All right. So those are called stick puppets. And that's one kind of puppet I bought, but I also bought something else. Let's see. Is anybody here going to school already? No, you still at home? Oh, I think homeschooling is really fun.
I don't go to school.
Well, we're going to have a little school here today. Excuse me. It's time for frog school. Well, what are we going to learn in frog school? We're going to learn a frog song. Oh, okay. How does it go? Say after me. Ribbit, ribbit. Very good. Now say croak.
Croak.
Now do both of them. Ribbit, ribbit, croak.
Ribbit, ribbit, croak.
Very good. Now say barump.
Barump.
Now all three. Ribbit, ribbit, croak, barump. I need one more part. Oh, I'll give you a hint. Where were you last night? Oh, yeah. Here's the other part. In the mud. Ribbit, ribbit, croak, barump, in the mud. Ribbit, ribbit, croak, barump, in the mud. One more time. Ribbit, ribbit, croak, in the mud. What? I forgot the barump. Where were you last night? In the mud. What were you doing in the mud? Sleeping. I have a very nice, soft, squishy mud bed. Do you have a nice, soft, squishy bed? You have a nice, soft, squishy bed? I have a nice, soft, squishy mud pillow. Do you have a nice, soft, and squishy mud pillow? No mud? Do you sleep in a flower bed? How about a riverbed? What kind of bed do you sleep in?
I think in dinosaurs.
A dinosaur bed? Yikes! I think you sleep in people beds. All right, say goodbye to Freddy the Frog.
Bye, Freddy.
Let's see who else is in here. Oh, Toby's in here. Toby, come on out of there. What are you doing? Oh, hello. My name is Toby. I bet you don't know what kind of animal I am.
Is that a sea turtle?
I'm a turtle. What kind of turtle?
A sea turtle.
Nope, I'm not a sea turtle. I'll give you a
A
hint.
land turtle.
I'm a vegetabilitarian. You mean you're a vegetarian? I'm a vegetabilitarian. Oh, well, you eat vegetables. Well, do you eat fruit? Oh yeah, I'm a fruitarian. Do you eat nuts? Yup, I'm a nutarian. What about bugs? I'm a bugtarian too. Oh, do you eat people? No, I'm not a humanitarian. Okay, well, what kind of a tortoise only eats fruits and vegetables and bugs and nuts and things like that? Can you give us another hint? Oh yeah, I don't like water. What? What's wrong with water? It's too wet. Well, how do you take a bath? I roll around in the sand. Okay. What kind of tortoise doesn't like... What kind of turtle doesn't like water and is a vegetabilitarian?
A tortoise.
That's it. I'm a tortoise. You gave it away. I did not mean to. Sorry. But what kind of tortoise? I live where there's lots of sand.
In the desert.
In the desert. So that makes me a desert tortoise. You got it. All right, Toby. Thank you very much. But wait a minute. Aren't we going to have a turtle story? Oh, okay. A long, long time ago, not too far away from here, there's a river called the Colorado River, and it flows through Arizona, New Mexico, and places like that in Colorado. And on both sides of the river is a desert. No grass, no trees, just prickly cactuses. And in that river live turtles, lots of them. And one day Grandmother Turtle looked up and said, "Look, the cactuses have made fruits. We'll go eat them." So all the turtles walked out of the cool water into the hot, sandy desert. All except for Little Turtle. She was asleep. And when she woke up, she looked around and there was no one there. She said, "Where did everybody go?" So she swam over to the edge of the river, and there on the riverbank, she could see footprints of the turtles leaving. And she thought, "I'll follow them." And she tried to follow them, but she couldn't find the other turtles. And she got lost in the desert. She couldn't find any fruits. She couldn't find any shade. Worst of all, she couldn't find her way back to the river. So she started to cry. You can cry with me if you want. A fox with his great big ears came running over and said, "Turtle, I like that song you're singing." Turtle said, "I'm not singing, I'm crying." The fox said, "I really like that song. What's the name of it?" And Turtle said, "I'm not singing, I'm crying." The fox said, "I like that song so much, I think I'm going to eat you up." Well, the turtle was not one bit afraid of that fox. And she showed him her sharp claws. And she started pulling herself inside her shell. And she said, "Go ahead, fox, eat me up. But when I'm inside you, I'm going to scratch your insides." The fox said, "I don't want somebody scratching my insides. I'm going to get you, Turtle." The turtle said, "I don't care what you do. Just don't throw me in the river." And the fox said, "Oh, you don't know how to swim." And he picked Turtle up in his mouth and carried her to the river and threw her in the water with a splash. And she started swimming around. And the fox said, "Hey, you tricked me." And the turtle kept swimming, and the fox jumped in the water and tried to catch her, but Turtle swam down to the bottom. And the fox didn't know how to do that. and the river carried the fox away. And later all the other turtles came back, and Grandmother Turtle heard the story from Little Turtle of what she did. And she said, "You are very wise. You have tricked the fox." "I could trick a fox too. Can you?" All right, say goodbye to Toby.
Bye, Toby.
We'll get some other puppets out in a little bit, but I thought we should play another game. Would you like to drive a car someday? You would? Well, you're not allowed to drive a car till you're like 16 years old.
My mom knows how to drive.
Right, but you have to start practicing, right? So everybody stand up right where you are. We're gonna do a little song called Riding in a Car, and you get to pretend you're driving, okay? Now, what's the first thing you do when you drive a car? You have to get in the car.
Oh.
Your chair's in the car, you know. Open up the front door, click, clack. Open up the back door, click, clack. Front door, back door, clickety clack. Now sit down in your car. What's the next thing you do? Shut the door. Then buckle up your seatbelt, clip, clip. Buckle up your seatbelt, clip, clip. Buckle up your seatbelt, clippity clip. Everybody's ready to drive. All right, get your keys out. I'll say turn on the motor, and you say boom, boom. Turn on the motor. Turn on the motor. Turn on the motor. Everybody's ready to drive. All right, hold on to your steering wheel. Put a foot out for the gas and the brake. Here we go. Uh-oh, there's a dog in the road. Slam on the brakes. Honk your horn, beep, beep. Let me hear your horn. Louder horns. Get out of the road, you silly dog. All right, here we go. Oh, there's a sign up ahead. It says, bumpy road ahead. I wonder what that means. Bumping up and down on the bumpy road. Bumping up and down on the bumpy road. Bumping up and down on the bumpy road. Riding in our car. Oh, here comes the smooth part. We can go fast. Faster. Uh-oh, there's a siren. There's flashing lights. It's the police. Pull over. Hey, you kids were going too fast. Raise your hand if you have your seatbelt on. All right, this time I'll let you go. Next time you're going to the Hooskow. The Hooskow? That's sailor talk for jail. We better get out of here. Let's go to the freeway. Let's go to the freeway. Let's go to the freeway so we can go real fast. Now we can go fast. You ready? We've got a flat tire. Everybody out of the car. Take your seatbelt off first.
Oh.
Hey, no climbing out the window. Use the door. We got to get the tools out of the trunk. All right, I'll say jack up the car, and you go like this. You ready? Jack up the car. Jack up the car. Jack up the car. Everybody's fixing their car. All right, take that old flat tire off of there. Throw it in the trunk. All right, put the spare tire on. Tighten it up. All right, is it all tightened up? Don't jack down the car. Jack down the car. Jack down the car. Everybody's fixed their car. All right, put the tools back in the trunk. Okay, everybody back in the car. What are you doing in the trunk? Get out of the trunk. It's hot in there and stinky. And there's no seatbelts in there. All right, everybody. Did you climb through the window? Use the door. Open up the front door, click, clack, sit down and buckle up your seatbelt. Turn on the motor. Everybody's ready to drive. All right, here we go. Hey, look out the window. The trees and the houses are running around. The trees and the houses are running around. The trees and the houses are running around while we're riding in our car. we ran out of gas. Everybody out of the car. Take your seatbelt off first. No climbing out the windows. Use the door. What are you doing in the trunk? Get out of the trunk. All right, we got to push the car to the gas station now. Here we go. Push the car, it's heavy. Push the car, it's heavy. Push the car, it's heavy. Now we got to buy some gas. All right, fill up the gas tank. Fill up the gas tank. Shh, shh. Fill up the gas tank. Shh, shh. Fill up the gas tank. Shh, shh. Now we've got some gas. All right, pay the money. Give him some more money. Give him all your money. Give him your fun money. Give him your lunch money. Okay. Ice cream money too? Okay. All right, everybody back in. What are you doing in the trunk? Open up the front door, click, clack, sit down and buckle up your seat belt. Turn on the motor. Everybody's ready to drive. What are you doing on the roof? Get in the car. Well, it's time for me to roll you home again. Time for me to roll you home again. Time for me to roll you home again. We've been riding in our car. Thank you. I brought something to show you. I don't think anybody here has ever seen what I'm about to show you. It's in this box. A long time ago, I started collecting something called whistles. And I kept looking and looking everywhere I went, and people would give me some, and I kept finding some until I had a bunch of whistles. And they come from all over the world. So, I like to call this my special concert necklace. I put these on like a necklace.
That's a necklace.
That's my necklace, yeah. And I thought
it was a necklace.
And then I can go around and show you what each one is and tell you where it came from. The first one came from a place called Hawaii. It's a nut from a tree called the konani tree. And when I was in Hawaii, some children showed me how to make a whistle out of it by poking a hole in the nut and then blowing into it. So I put it on my necklace. When I was up in Alaska, I met some Eskimos, also known as native people. And the native people made this out of a tusk of a walrus. What they did with it, when they went fishing, they would take a whistle with them in case they got lost in the fog. Then they would blow their whistle and someone on the shore would blow their whistle. Now another one from our Native American friends is made out of a bird's bone. This is a turkey bone. And this one, also made by Native Americans, is made out of an antler from a deer. They carved it to look like an eagle, and it sounds like an eagle.
Hey, I know the sound.
Now this next whistle came from a place called Louisiana, and it's made out of an alligator's tooth. Oh. He went to the dentist, and the dentist pulled it out. And this one came from really far away, a place called India. And it's made out of the horn of a cow. This one came from New Zealand, and it's made out of a stone called jade. And they used this if they went out in the forest or the desert. In case they get lost, they'd blow their whistle. Pretty high pitched, huh?
So that people far away would hear them and try and come to the.
Now this one came from Japan. And it's made out of stone. It's called the two-fish whistle. If you catch two fish, you should give one to your neighbor. And this one came from a place in Africa called Tanzania. And this whistle's cool because it makes different sounds. And they used it when they had their drums going. Does that make you feel like dancing? Yeah. Now this is another Native American whistle from right here in the Northwest, made out of cedar. Oh, here's one from Great Britain. It's called a dog whistle. Only dogs can hear this. And when they do, they bark. Anybody hear it?
I do.
Well, how come you didn't bark? What really works with these is they change the sound so that the dog has a certain call. It gets higher and higher pitched. Only dogs can hear it. But some people can too. When they do, they bark. This one came from Switzerland, and it's a bird whistle. When you press his feathers down, his mouth opens and shuts,
It's a bird.
and it changes the note.
It's a bird.
And then, let's see, what's next? Oh, this is a shepherd's whistle, also from Great Britain. And it has 3 different sounds. The first sound, that tells the dog to go get the sheep. The second sound tells the dog to round them up. And the third sound tells them to bring the sheep home. All right, now this one came from Central America. Peter Pan had one of these, so we call them pan flutes. Anywhere bamboo grows, people make these. It's just little pieces of bamboo.
Peter Pan has
Peter Pan had one, that's right. Now this one also came from Central America. It's called an ocarina. It has lots of little holes, and when you cover the holes and blow into it, you can make different notes. And people make lots of songs out of those. So it's really a musical instrument. Now, this one right next to it, that's a turtle, came from Nepal. The wooden one is called an ocarina. The metal one's called an ocarina. And it has lots of holes in it. And when you play it, what happened? So they're really the same whistle, ocarina, ocarina. Almost the same name, too. I bet you the people from Nepal and Central America traded. All right, here's one from the United States called a slide whistle. You've probably heard this sound in a cartoon. You can even play songs on it. All right, the strangest of all my whistles is this one from Brazil. They make a lot of whistles in Brazil, but this is the strangest of them all. It's called a nose whistle because you play it with your nose. Is that strange? All right, here's another one from Brazil called a cricket whistle. It sounds like lots of crickets or just one cricket. Another one from Brazil is called the samba whistle. In music, there's a kind of music called a samba. And the band leader has a whistle, and he wants to change the rhythm. He blows the whistle. All right. Now we have another one from the United States. It's called a kazoo. People make kazoos out of wood. They make them out of metal. They make them out of plastic.
a metal one.
Do you know what happens when you blow in a kazoo? Nothing. You have to talk to your kazoo. Here's what you say. Doot, 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 doot. Then you can play any song you want. Doot, 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 doot. So that's a kazoo. Now here's the littlest, teeniest, tiniest harmonica in the entire world from Germany. It's one of the first whistles I ever found, but I had to put it on a necklace because I was afraid I would swallow it and sound like a harmonica. Now this little teeny whistle is a Chinese bird whistle. When you go looking for birds and they see you coming, they get really quiet. But there's a sound that makes them make their noises and their sounds. And this is it. I guess it means danger to them or something, so they start chirping. All right. Now this is a music teacher's whistle called a pitch pipe. You can make it sound like, you try to match the sound. That's what you do with a pitch pipe. All right, we're getting around here to the maritime whistles now. They're a little bit tangled up here. What happened? How'd that one get in there? All right. Well, first there's one more that's not American. So this is a nanny whistle. Do you know any nannies? Or a mommy's whistle. It's a little rattle that the baby gets to play with, or they get to chew on this little piece of bone here, or when mom needs some help, she blows the whistle. And who comes?
Dog.
The dog. That's right, very good. All right, now we're at the Americans. This one was made out of a whale's tooth about 200 years ago. It's very old, but whale's teeth are ivory, and so it lasts for a long time, and it's very, very loud. Now this one is called a bosun's pipe. On a ship, there's a captain. He gives the orders to the first mate. The mate gives the orders to the bosun, and the bosun gives the orders to the sailors. And he does it with a whistle. That's why it's called a bosun's pipe. That might mean it's time for lunch. Now this whistle came from the lifeboat of a very famous ship. Have you ever heard of the Titanic?
Yes.
The Titanic. People thought, this'll never sink. We don't need all of our lifeboats. So they left lots of lifeboats in England when they set sail, and they crashed into an iceberg and sunk. This is a whistle from one of the lifeboats they left behind. Very loud. All right. Now, in theater, people used to use sound effects before they had recording machines and computers. So this is what's called a wind whistle. It makes the sound of the wind. It's getting kind of windy out, isn't it? All right, one more whistle. It came from Great Britain, and you have to tell me what it sounds like. A train. That's right. So now you've seen my whistles. There they are. There's even a video on YouTube called Amazing Whistles of the World. And I'll probably put this video I'm making right now up on YouTube also. All right, are you ready for another puppet? Are you ready for silly puppets? A little bit silly? Oh, okay. Mr. Rabbit, come on out of there. Don't kick me, stop it. My name is Jack Rabbit Dag Nabbit. Don't you forget it. What's my name?
Jack Rabbit.
My name is Jack Rabbit Dag Nabbit. Don't you forget it. And I've got long ears, and you better not grab it. And I've got a big foot. I'd kick you with a wallop. You better not kick anybody. Let's do a song for everyone. Okay. Mr. Rabbit, your ears are kind of long. Yes, I know, they were put on wrong. They weren't put on wrong. They're just, hey, don't touch my ears. Oh, sorry. Mr. Rabbit, your eyes are kind of brown. Yes, I know, they're for looking around. Mr. Rabbit, your nose always twitches. Yes, I know, 'cause it always itches. Mr. Rabbit, what do you eat? Cabbage and carrots from my head to my feet. Mr. Rabbit, where did you go? I went down to the grocery store. Well, Mr. Rabbit, what did you buy? I bought some onions and they made me cry. Mr. Rabbit, what did you make? I made myself an onion cake. An onion cake? Is that like a carrot cake? Mm-hmm. Mr. Rabbit, your coat is kind of gray. Yes, I know, it was made that way. Mr. Rabbit, your tail is small and white. Yes, I know, it was put on right. But I used to have a bigger tail. How big? Bigger than the foxes. Bigger than the squirrels. Well, what happened to it? I went to visit my grandma, and she had a nice garden with raspberries and strawberries and carrots and lettuce. Oh, you like lettuce? Mm-hmm. It's my favorite. Well, did you eat some? No, I couldn't.
Raspberries are my favorite.
I couldn't eat the lettuce because somebody stepped on it. Well, who stepped on the lettuce? I didn't know. What did you do?
I made a trap.
Well, did you catch anyone in the trap?
I did. I caught the sun, and he was so mad he burned my tail off.
Oh, look, you can still see the burn mark right there. Is that the only place the sun burned you?
No, he burned the tip of my ears too. Hey, don't touch my ears.
Can you see the burn mark on the tip of his ears? Yeah.
I bet you don't remember my name.
Jack Rabbit.
My name is Jack Rabbit Dag Nabbit, and don't you forget it.
That's pretty silly. Back in the box.
I don't want to go in the box. There's a tortoise in there.
Oh, get in there, you rascal. Gee willikers. Now I'm gonna let the bear out. He's very, very silly. Billy Bear, come on out of there. Come on, what do you, leave the rabbit alone. This is my pal Billy Bear. He's a Kodiak bear all the way from Alaska. And you know what? He's always hungry.
I'm hungry.
Well, what are you hungry for?
I want to eat a sock sandwich.
You can't eat a sock sandwich.
Yes, you can if you put some tasty toes in there.
Oh, you better not eat anybody's toes. Here, I'll give him something to eat. Have a cookie. What does that taste like?
Fish.
Cookies don't taste like fish. Here, try a piece of pizza. What does that taste like?
Fish.
Pizza doesn't taste like fish. Here, try some popcorn. What does that taste like?
Fish.
Everything doesn't taste like fish. You're one mixed up bear. Why don't you play a game with everybody?
Okay. Say what I say.
Say what I say.
Say it louder.
Say what I say.
Say it softer. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
You scream.
You scream.
We all scream.
We all scream.
For ice cream.
For ice cream.
Hey, I know that song. But what about the other words?
I can't remember.
Oh, maybe I'll teach you some new words. Say macaroni.
Rackamoni.
Rackamoni.
No, you got your letters mixed up. It's not rackamoni, it's macaroni. Try it again.
Macaroni chicken.
Try it again.
No, say macaroni.
Rackamoni.
Rackamoni.
Forget it, I'm gonna give you a different one.
Macaroni chicken.
Can you say jelly beans?
Belly jeans.
It's not belly jeans, it's jelly beans. Can you say hot dog?
Dot hog.
It's not a dog. Can you say hamburger?
Bamburger.
Oh no, you are one mixed up there. Can you say lollipop?
Pollylop.
I think I better put him back in the box. He's way too mixed up.
Now wait a minute. I want another chance.
All right. Can you say pancakes?
Canpakes.
Can you say watermelon?
Moderwellen.
I better give him an easy one. Say donut.
No dut.
Can you say peanut?
Knee putt.
Maybe he needs a harder one. Say peanut butter.
Peanut putter.
You are one mixed up there. I think you better go back in the box.
No, I want one more chance.
All right. Can you say
Easy.
jelly beans?
Belly jeans.
Can you say bubble gum?
Gobble bum.
It's not gubble bum. Now I'm getting mixed up. Bubble gum.
Double dumb.
I am not double dumb. That's it. You better lay down and take your nap. It's time for you to go to sleep. Hey, what are you doing? Stop tickling me. No tickling. Are you ready to settle down for a nap? Oh, I think he is. Okay, so what are you doing? Did you wipe your nose on my shirt? That's disgusting. Hey, stop it. No tickling. Are you ready for the rockabye song? Okay. Rockabye baby on the treetop. Hey, what are you getting up for?
I am not a baby.
All right, I'll change the song. Rockabye Billy Bear on the treetop. Now what are you getting up for?
I am not on a treetop either.
All right, I'll change the song. Rockabye Billy Bear in Daddy's arms. When the now what are you getting up for? Are you staring at me? Hey, don't sniff at me with a wet nose. What Why are you looking at me like that?
Don't lick my face. Stop it.
That's gross. Why are you looking at me like that?
Are you my daddy?
I guess so.
Time to change the diapers.
Oh, it is not. You don't wear diapers.
No, you do.
I do not wear diapers. That's it. You're going back in the box.
Now, wait a minute. I'm still hungry.
Oh, that's right. He's a hungry bear. Here, have some salmon. What does that taste like?
Cookies.
Okay, how about some tuna fish? What does tuna taste like?
Pizza.
How about shrimp? What does shrimp taste like?
Popcorn.
You are one mixed up bear, and it's time to go back.
No, wait, I didn't tell the joke.
Oh no, not the bear jokes. Okay, go ahead.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ida.
I don't know.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ketchup. Ketchup with me. I'm getting out of here.
Get back out here. Tell your jokes. One more.
Will you remember me in a minute?
Yes.
Will you remember me in 30 seconds?
Yes.
Will you remember me in 10 seconds?
Yes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I thought you were going to remember me.
Oh.
How about just a regular joke?
Okay, where do bears keep their money in the wintertime?
Where do bears keep their money in the wintertime?
In the wintertime.
In the snow?
In the
You're
cave.
close.
In the cave.
Nope, not in the cave.
Home. In their home.
Nope. You want me to tell you? We keep our money in a snowbank.
Oh, very good. Okay, time for you to say goodbye.
No. Hey, I can't hear.
Will you help me play a trick on Billy Bear? Will you?
Yes.
When he says see you later, you say alligator because he's really afraid of alligators. And when he says after a while, say crocodile because he's really afraid of crocodiles. And when he says see you soon, say you big baboon. Can you remember those?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
What happened? Oh, we were working on a rhyme. I can rhyme too. See ya later.
Alligator.
Where? Where's an alligator? Don't see any alligators around here. After a while.
Crocodile.
Where? Oh, crocodiles are scary. See you soon.
Big baboon.
I am not a baboon. I'm a bear. You kids are all mixed up. You better read a book about bears. Good night.
All right, get back in the box.
I don't want to go in there. There's a frog in there.
What's wrong with the frog?
He's stinky.
Oh, he is not.
And the tortoise doesn't take a bath.
Oh, yes, he does.
In the sand, that doesn't count.
Oh, yes, it does.
Okay. And that rabbit's gonna kick me.
No, he's not. Now get in the box, you silly bear. Gee willikers. What a silly bear. Are you ready to be silly?
Yeah.
Okay, stand up right where you are. We're gonna play a wild and silly game called Dance and Freeze. Have you ever played that game? Shake your hands, freeze. Stomp your feet, freeze. I think you know how to play. The words of the song will tell you what to do.
You can dance around, act like a clown.
Jump up and down, jump all around. When the music stops, you have to freeze. You can move real fast, move real slow, move any way that you wanna go. When the music stops, you have to freeze. Put your fingers up in the air, wave them around up there. Wave them around, now freeze. You can spin around, around and around and around and around. Spin around, freeze. Now hop around on one foot, hop around on the other foot. Keep on hopping, now freeze. You can move real slow, move real slow. Move as slow as a turtle goes. When the music stops, you have to freeze. You can move real fast. When the music stops, you have to freeze. Well, the music may stop here, or the music may stop there. When the music stops, you have to freeze. You can dance around, act like clowns, jump up me, keep on hopping, popping, hopping and freeze. You can shake, 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 shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. When the music stops, you have to freeze. One more time. Dance around, act like clowns, jump up and down, jump all around. When the music stops, you have to sneeze, and that's not right. When the music stops, you have to cheese. No, that's not it. When the music stops, you have to trees. I can't remember. What am I supposed to do? What? Uh-oh, I'm frozen. Unfreeze. Dance around, act like clowns, jump up and down, jump all around. When the music stops, the song is done. Give yourself a big hand. All right, now it's time for the wildest and silliest and wackiest game you've ever played in your life. It's called How Many Things Can You Do at the Same Time? Now, way back at the beginning of the show, we did a couple songs where you did 3 or 4. Well, this one you're going to do more. Are you ready? We'll start off with the easy part. It's a standing up song. Clap your hands. Clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Now stomp your feet. That's 2. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Now spin around. That's 3. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Spin around, make hands, stomp your feet. Spin around. Now shake your head. That's 4. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Spin around, shake your head. And fall down dead. But that's only 4. So everybody back up. We're going to do 6 this time. Different ones too. Some of them will be the same. Take one hand and rub your tummy. Take the other hand, pat your head. Stomp one foot. Hop on the other one. Spin around. Shake your head. Do 6 again. Rub your tummy, pat your head, stomp one foot, hop on the other one, spin around, shake your head, and fall down dead. But that was only 6. I bet you can do 8. Everybody back up. Blink your eyes. Wag your tongue. Blum, blum. Rub your tummy. Pat your head, stomp one foot, hop on the other one, spin around, shake your head, and do it again, all 8 of them now. Blink your eyes, wag your tongue, rub your tummy, pat your head, stomp one foot, hop on the other one, spin around, shake your head, and fall down dead. 8 is amazing, but I know that you can do 10. For the grand finale of the show, 10 things at the same time. Are you ready? Too tired? Want to take a nap first? No, can't have a nap. All right, you ready? Blink your eyes. Wag your tongue. Huff and puff. Rub your tummy. Pat your head. Wiggle your fingers. Stomp one foot. Hop on the other one. Spin around. Shake your head. And do all 10. Blink your eyes, wag your tongue, huff and puff, rub your tummy, pat your head, wiggle those fingers, stomp one foot, hop on the other one, spin around, shake your head, and fall down dead. And that's the end. Thank you all very much for coming. I'm going to get Billy Bear back out. I'm going to come sit down here and you can come up and he'll give you a little picture that shows children. An artist painted the picture of children playing that game with me. And Billy Bear's on the back of the card too. It's a little trading card, they call it. And the artist is named Bruce Edwards. He's a famous watercolor artist.
Hey,
What am I going to do now?
I don't know. What are you going to do? Oh, you can't eat all the cards. Rascal.